Hey, tree sprites. Let's talk about this myth of human overpopulation on Earth. I've been hearing it said again and again in recent years that the population of humans is not sustainable on Earth and that there are too many of us. And I've been hearing this being accompanied by other ideas, such as our population is the cause of poverty and homelessness and hunger and limited access to resources. And honestly, at first I agreed. I thought, yeah, there are a lot of humans. There are currently approximately 8 billion of us on this planet, and that seems like a really big number. However, upon further, deeper investigation, what I found is that humans are, in fact, not overpopulated on Earth, and our population is not the source of our issues. The real issues that we're dealing with is the distribution, the allocation of resources, and the sheer unsustainable way that we are choosing to live on the earth. The earth, in and of herself, can absolutely sustain our population. She can probably sustain many more of us, in fact. It is, in fact, because of ongoing colonialism and all oppressive power structures that we have been trained, at least many of us have been trained, to live on the earth and not with the earth. We do not think of the earth as our home. We think of these boxes, these cubicles that we build around ourselves as our home, and earth as a tool to sustain what we think of as our home. The colonial effort to remove humans from the natural world has put us in deep disbalance with natural systems because the real reality is that our home is the forests, it is the mountains, the valleys, the oceans, the rivers, the plains. Like, our home is earth because you wouldn't walk into your house and destroy your house. You wouldn't cause chaos and disarray. You would make an effort to keep things clean, to keep things organized, and to keep things stocked and upkept. And because we have been disconnected from our relationship with Gaia, we have lost this same sense of propriety with the natural world. We have been trained to see Earth and nature and other life forms as other, as wild, and our human selves as civilized, as something apart from it. Even though, like every other life form, we did arise from the natural world. It is purely our mentality, our perception that keeps us in disharmony. So let's just take a brief look at the total biomass on Earth, which is the total amount of life that is on Earth. In biology, it has been estimated that the Earth has the capacity to support approximately 550 gigatons of carbon based life forms. And just for reference, 1 gigaton is approximately the same mass as 200 million elephants. So on Earth, there are about 70 gigatons of bacteria, 7 gigatons of archaea, which is another single celled prokaryotic organism that lives on Earth. Um, Most of the Earth's biomass is vegetation, is plants. And so there's approximately 450 gigatons of plant life on Earth. And so human beings and all animals on Earth make up only 2 gigatons of life on Earth. And then obviously animals do live different lives and require different resources than plants do, to an extent. I say to an extent because ultimately the energy of all life forms on Earth comes from the sun. We just get it at different levels of, the food chain. Plants get it directly from the sun, we get it from plants and animals, so on and so forth. So in reality, all 8 billion of us human beings only make up a very small percentage of all life on Earth. So it is not Earth that is the limiting factor. It is our perception of Earth and our perception of our relationship to Earth that is the limiting factor. It is the way that we construct our societies, the way that we undertake architecture, the imaginary lines that we draw across geography, which again, many came from colonialism. Also, the narrative of human overpopulation is another pathway toward the devaluation of human life. It leads into the ideology of which humans should be discarded and which humans should be preserved, which of course leads into concepts of eugenics and white supremacy, so forth and so on. The idea of developing sustainable technology is not just some hippie pipe dream. It is directly in correlation with our survival as a species on this planet. And this is just one of the many reasons why it is so essential that humanity begin the process of breaking down the structure of colonization in our psychology. It's time for us to return to Gaia. Subscribe to Black Barn Owl, link in the bio. I'll see you in always.